flew down there 2 or 3 times. It's, yeah. But if you're going up that part of the country to a little place, you don't stop in Denver all the time. Now, Dallas does have a direct to Jackson, but half the time you go from anywhere else, you'll have to go those little airports. You don't go like Santa Fe, Phoenix, Denver, and Dallas. Someone has flights in there.
There's some other things that have changed too. We'll talk about that.
That they expect September 1st.
What is it?
Going from 72 hours supposed to be to 3
business days.
3 business days.
They said that was coming.
Define what 3 business days are. And somebody there, a county clerk, somebody said, might want just do 4 days
That's right.
for clarification.
Well, and you know, if, for example, if there's a holiday, Thursday and Friday, then is that, it's a normal business day, but does that count? That's what.
Does this say
County holiday
Does this say
federal
business?
It just says business on there, but
Yeah.
we'll go back and look at this.
They told me that was coming. They was afraid of it. But that's just enough to complicate things.
Yeah.
We need to get something done.
Second, it imposes a new requirement for posting a meeting to discuss or adopt a budget. Must include a copy of the budget, taxpayer impact statement.
That's right. We will have approved before the September 1st date, so we are not subject to that, yeah.
I wish they'd go down there 1 year and not do nothing. You know, go eat, have a big time, go home.
Wouldn't that be nice? We could just float along for a little while. Well-
8,000 bills interviewed on the book. How in the world do you ever know?
I know.
So I'm assuming we throw the first part of this budget away and add this on top of it.
Yeah. There's all of those little
Hear that?
special funds just being adjusted for carryover and those kind of things, other than y'all. All right. We'll go to the budget. Now, at this point, we do have a deficit where we have more expenditures than we have revenues. So we have been working, trying to get that figure to balance.
How much we need?
Approximately 300
It
and
was 300, 864, and then we kind of rounded it down to about 280 this morning.
That's rounding her down.
Well, there was a $40,000 change as well.
couple of things that we need to add in are, excuse me, are the supplement that can be increased for the district judges. 77 can be increased $2,018 a year. That's not much. And 87 can be $3,500 a year. And I think it's been probably, I have to look back, but probably 6 or 7 years before, since we have increased that. It's been that same amount. So, we're going to look at the retiree supplements. That's another thing that we need to discuss whenever it comes time for the cost of living raise. You know, if current retirees, the county pays $279.08 a month for that supplement. And I believe I read that it was going to go up a little bit. Now, those are people that, for example, Mary White, she retired a long while ago. She was within the period that we had already put this in place. We tried to put it in place for people that had retired prior to us getting this, this insurance, but they said we couldn't go back. If they'd already retired, we could not add them to this policy. So we have, I believe, 17 that are receiving that.
We're paying their supplement.
Yeah, $279 a month. All right, we'll check that there, but I just wanted to bring it up again, so we'll keep thinking about this as we're talking about what we are going to do about our cost of living raise. But that won't be decided until about December. Okay, so remember that. All right, one increase is on page 2. We had talked about how we might handle the funds for the historical grant. And so if you look on page 2, there's an $8 million amount there. And that's for grant money. I know ours is almost $7 million, what we have now, but anticipating that it surely is probably gonna come back a bit more than what we had, because things have gone up so much. But if not, we won't spend that. And if you look on what is that, 45? No, 70, page 70, no, not page 70, Department 70, page 42. At the bottom where it says contingency special, that's the $8 million. We'll write checks out of that one, and then we'll send those checks after they've been reviewed to the historical commission for the amount of the invoice, and then we'll put that, and then they will send us back our percentage, which is about 77% or something like that, whatever percentage it turns out to be. So we have to pay the full bill to the vendor, and then send that to the historical commission, and they'll send us our part of what we're paying, they're going to pay. Having to do it like that because you can't put the in and out on the same line.
And in doing that also, that freed up about, that reduced our deficit by about 500,000 that we had earmarked for courthouse restoration.
Yes, it started off just going to do, because I wasn't looking at it correctly, just putting 500,000, thinking that's probably all we're going to, of our percentage that would be paid out, but that's not the way it's going to be handled, so we took that 500,000 out. Just going back through and looking and seeing kind of where we are, there's been some very insignificant changes, like a change on page 1. Looked like we're going to get a little more revenue than we had thought when we first did it. And so a few increases and a few increases in revenues and a few increases in our expenditures, but not been anything much.
actual
Yes.
jail side, we moved that 1 million to Fund 85.
Okay, now the 300,000 that we put in the fire department, page 45. How much of that will we get back? Is that our total?
260. If it's 290 and then the $29,000 match, about 261,000.
1,000.
Where's that 300 figure at? 'Cause
That's on page 45.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, but I
It was 750,
Yeah.
that's gonna
Okay,
be
I didn't have
1,050,000. We're gonna add that in, but we're also gonna go back over here on grants, and we're gonna put that amount, because we'll get that back. And that's 260 that we'll get back,
260.
261.
261. And that'll be on that 370,504 grants.
we just added to that.
Actually, it's gonna be that on there, because Dana's gonna make a new line for the grant courthouse restoration. So that 8 million will be on a different line, and just that 261 will be on that 370,504. 261. What else? It's almost a wash. Get that little match.
When we do that, will that increase on page 2 on our,
Yes.
so that's going to increase that by 29,000?
It's gonna increase it by 261. We're gonna be paying out over here on, page 45, we'll be paying that 300,000 out. We'll get the 261 back.
Right.
So that expense, whenever we already have 125 expense there. So I guess we can take that 29 out of that.
Out of other expense.
Yep. Maybe we ought to put that 300 on that line. Let's do that. Leave that 750.
Okay.
Or, give me that amount again. Two, what, two?
261.
That's what we get back.
Yes, got it, 290.
290.
So the burden is 29,000.
Okay.
Right.
So we'll add 290 to the 125 that is on page 45. And that way our, that 29 is in that little thing. Is that right? Anything else new?
But that's going to change. On page 46, we're going to add that 29. It's going to go back to total expenditures.
Say that again.
On page 46.
46 is senior services.
Right, but on our, at the bottom, on our total expenditures.
Oh, yes.
That'll increase that by 29,000.
You will?
So we were looking at that 280,000 earlier deficit. It adds to that.
Yes, it does. We may look and see if we can find a little something in other spots still.
The deficit.
Yeah. Also, did you look at, 1465 North Elm? Page 31. We have budgeted inmate medical, 250,000.
budget? 31?
31. And you can't really tell when you look at what last year's budget was because
We've added to it.
we have added to it, having put money in. A lot.
Page 34, the 700,000. Capital outlay, major purchase,
Which,
34.
34?
Yes, ma'am.
That is two roofs, the air conditioners,
Okay.
the wiring,
Wiring. Okay, that's where we put it right there.
and then the, 250,000 for roofing.
Okay. Okay.
That's it. Very different colors. The utilities have gone up a lot too. If we can get through all of this, then hopefully things will level out.
$309,000.
I'm showing with that $40,000 change and then adding the $518 for the district judges and the $29,000 match for fire truck, put us $295, $382.
300.
Yes, yeah. Does that sound right, Dan?
Yes.
Look at the sheriff's. Page 29. Did you make that change in the
Salary?
salary?
Yes.
You're not looking at an old one.
Oh, wait, yeah, no, that is an old number. It's reflected on her spreadsheet, Katie's spreadsheet, but not on this one. So we can try that.
Say it loud. Yes, okay. I'll be right here.
So it should be 955,185 for the office totals.
All right, so that's gonna be about, what is it?
955,185.
That's what's supposed to be there, besides that, instead of 871.
That's just, that's on 57101.
Yes,
And what could you,
955,185.
We didn't leave here on that.
that just, went the water back.
It did.
And then all that below's gonna be different too.
Well, yeah, it's gonna be payroll taxes.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. But the hospitalization, is it correct?
Which one?
The medical?
No, that needs to be updated too.
So, FICA will go up to 59,221.47.
Can you say that again, 59?
59,221.47. Medicare will go up 13,850.18. Retirement, 130,669.31.
More?
No.
Total.
Oh,
Total.
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 130 instead of 120.
Yeah.
Oh. Why don't we do this? Why don't we take a little 5-minute break?
Okay.
Go down and-
Yes, please.
Let's